I'll do more than support your dreams, baby. Get you and me. It's time to boss up. Fix your credit, girl. Get at it. Get your bag up.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Shandy, the Martian. Today's video is my first ever time doing makeup on someone else. This is K-Bae. This is my cousin. You all have seen her in past videos and past vlogs. But she's one of my best friends. But let's get into it. Today I will going for a very natural, very neutral look. Since this is my first time doing makeup on someone else, I wanted to stay safe. So first I prepped her face by moisturizing and priming it with the Fenty primer. I'm sorry if I forget the names to a lot of these products, but they will be down in the description box. And if I forget to post what the products are, just comment down below to remind me and I'll definitely post it. But after priming her face, I went ahead and went in with the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy foundation and just dotted that all over her face. I then went in with a damp beauty blender and tapped it all in. I did a bouncing motion, not a place and swipe. Never swipe when blending your foundation, always tap. And then some people ask, doesn't matter if it's a difference between a beauty blender or using a brush, and it really doesn't. As long as you're in that tapping bouncing motion, the foundation will stay in place and spread easily instead of you swiping it, because when you swipe you'll leave streak marks every single time. It won't distribute evenly. It'll be heavier in some spots instead of others. So next I go in with concealer. I use the Shape Tape concealer and I believe the shade is Tan Sand. But I did the same thing I do with foundation for concealer and contour. The contour was Colourpop. I believe it's Deep 40. Like I said, all the names will be down below. But I do blend it by going in a bouncing motion with the beauty blender. To help set and calm down the contour, I go in with the Black Radiance Medium to Light Contour Palette, which by the way was really affordable. It was like between $5 and $7. I got it from Target. And then I just let that sit for a little bit while I prep her face for setting. I take my Real Techniques blush brush and I go in with a few setting powders. I use the Airspun translucent because it is, although it's white, it's closer to her shade than it is the other ones that I have. But I did mix it with the Makeup Revolution banana translucent powder. I placed the translucent powder heavier in her highlighted areas, but I did apply it all over her face, as you can see here. And if you see us looking off to the side, that's because we were watching TV. I recently got into watching Dance Moms, and it's on the Lifetime app, so that's what we were watching. But then I set her face with the setting spray. This is the Smashbox setting spray, which I am so mad that it's almost gone and I'm having a hard time finding a replacement. But for her brows, I am using the ABH Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. But right here you can see me brushing her brows up and back to help shape them. She nor I have had our brows cleaned up in months because we're in the middle of a pandemic. But as you can see here, I'm just brushing them, and I did fill them in lightly, and again brushed out any not brushed out, softly brushed any of the product I put on her brows so that it's more ombre and natural looking. For her underbrow concealer, I did not use Tansan. I used my P. Louise Rumor Base, which has multiple uses. You can use it as a eyeshadow primer, as concealer, or even contour. And I got the tailor-made Jane base vault, so I have all the colors. I believe I used the shade 3 or 4. I'm not sure. I do not remember. But I used that to clean up the bottom of her brows. I did not clean up the top because it wasn't needed. But like I said, this is the first time I've ever done makeup on anybody else. So if need be, I'll switch up my routines. Different clients require different methods. But I did take a flat Morphe brush and lined right under her brow and pulled it down, and then blended it out with a fluffy Real Techniques brush that I did spray with my Smashbox setting spray. This is something I even do on myself. I usually do that to help diffuse and set at the same time, so that when I'm in the case that I do apply eyeshadow, it doesn't move, it doesn't crease, it's perfectly set. So I did go back in with my Real Techniques blush brush and smooth and brushed away any powder that I left in her contour area and her highlighted areas, her concealed areas. Just in case I dropped any product down there. But this is just a little FYI. I do plan on doing makeup on other people in the future, but I am just, like I said, she's the first person I've ever done, and I am clearly testing the waters. All the techniques I used on her, I use on myself, and I just want to make sure I am staying safe, because I don't want to cause anybody any issues. And let's be real, like I've said in the past, as I learn, you learn. As you all learn, I learn. I learn new techniques for makeup every single day, and that's not going to stop. I'm always going to be learning, broadening my horizons, and testing out new techniques. So this was honestly an honor. I've been begging to do other people's makeup for years. So I've asked my sister, I've tried, and it just never worked out. I'm not mad about it, but that's just that. So I did go ahead and apply blush. I used the Juvia's Place blush in the shade Bella, and then I took a kind of flat rounded dome Real Techniques brush. It is clean, there is no product on it, and I made sure I pat all the product in just like I would do with a beauty blender. This ensures that all the products are blended together. They're sitting on the skin as if they are skin. It's not paint. It's not just sitting on top of the skin. It's not looking like a mask, and I don't want it to look like a mask. So to ensure that it doesn't, always go in between and pat in your product. You can also set in increments as well. So for instance, if I do my foundation and I blend it out with my beauty blender, I'm going to take my setting spray and spray so that it sets. Then I'll go into my concealer, contour, and then setting powder. And then when I finish applying my setting powder, I'll go in with the spray again and set. Usually when I do makeup, I set about 3 times throughout the entire process. But like I said, with different people, they require different techniques. If you have dry skin, you won't need to set as much. If you have oily, dewy skin, you'll need to set. But I did go ahead and apply some liner, just some plain black liner, and some lashes she got from the local beauty supply store. I applied those off camera, and now I'm applying my highlighter, and this highlighter is from Fenty. It's the, don't remember the name, but it'll be down in the description box. But guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys like it because I really like it, and I'll see you all in the next one.